You know what it is. It's your boy Guess Who. You now tapped into Streetnerdz Radio, the #1 station in the streets, and we got a special guest in the building.
Lpeez, goddammit.
You already know what it is. First off, I want to say I appreciate you for coming in here.
Most definitely.
I want to say the first female rapper that we had in here.
Oh, really?
Yes.
For real?
Hell yeah.
That's what's up, man. I am definitely honored, man. That makes me feel great, special. Yeah, that's what's up.
Hell
like
yeah.
That. That's what's up.
So for the people who ain't too familiar with who you are, let's go ahead and give them a rundown real quick of who you are and where you from.
Shit, man. I'm Lpeez, goddammit. I'm an artist in Denver, Colorado. Been doing this music shit for about 10 plus years, man. Originally, I was born in Hawaii, but at heart, at soul, I've been in Denver for quite some time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a Denver baby for sure.
So you moved to the States. Your family moved to the States when you was a baby.
I was born in Hawaii because my dad was in the military.
Oh, okay.
And then after we left from Hawaii, we went to Atlanta for a little bit, and then after Atlanta, I moved to Denver. Well, technically Colorado Springs, but that's when we moved to Colorado, and then eventually we migrated over here to Denver, and I've been here since.
So where is your father from?
He's from New York.
New York.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you just been blessed to just be everywhere where all the dope shit has been at.
He's from the Queens, so
that's what's up. So growing up as a military baby, what lessons did you learn from going through that experience?
A lot of traveling. My dad, like his mom and his dad are like Honduran. And my dad has that in him too, so like a lot of Spanish. Still to this day, I don't understand it. My grandma talks to me in it, but I don't understand it. But it's just a part of my nationality. You know what I'm saying? So, being a military baby, man, it was just you had to get used to wherever you went. I mean, when we came to Colorado, we didn't come straight to Denver. We went to Colorado Springs. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I mean, I just like know Colorado like the most, like in and out. Like wherever I'm at, I could tell you take a left or a right. Like I'm gonna always get us exactly where we gotta go. So I guess just being a military baby, just had a lot of traveling that came with it, and just always had my eyes open, and I just be knowing where the hell I'm at all the time. So I think I learned that from being that military baby.
Fuck yeah! So would you say that helped you with your social skills? Having to go change schools a lot? Did you change schools a lot?
Yeah, most definitely. All the way up. I think the longest I stayed out of school was maybe 3-4 years, and that was from like 2nd to 5th grade.
And what school was that?
Century Elementary. I was at one school 6th grade, one school 7th, one school 8th, two schools freshman and sophomore, and then junior. Well, I mean, I stayed at Rangeview for majority of my high school.
Shout out to Rangeview. That's where my son goes.
Shout out to the squad, man. Shout out to Rangeview. But I was also at Gateway too.
Shout out to them.
Yeah. So I think that helps with a lot of my social skills. I'm a huge people person, so I've always got along with everybody. I could talk to anybody. So. Yeah.
Do you think so? At what age did you find music?
I was like 11 years old.
11 years old. Is that when you wrote your first rap, or what about music did you start doing at 11?
I started writing. I listened to it a lot. I had to teach myself how to write it. I used to have this binder, like full of like loose leaf papers, and I used to go downstairs in this house that we lived in. I used to go to the basement, and I used to write, and I used to be low key about it because I didn't want my mom to know that I was writing music. I used to hide it from her.
Why?
Because I didn't think she would accept it.
What dynamic would you say that your family had that made you feel like she wouldn't accept it?
Because just growing up in my household, like I knew who I was. So, like to get down to it, like I would write music, you know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of, it's not like tomboyish, but like along with who I knew I was, you know what I'm saying? Like I knew she wouldn't like it. Like I would go to school, she would send me to school, and I would like pack my bag with like other clothes because I would change, because I didn't let her see what I would really wear to school, because I used to just hide my identity from her because I just didn't think she'd accept it. So a lot of things that I did, I didn't think she would accept, so I hid it. Come to find out, she like loves everything.
So
me, you know, so
yeah. So it it sounds like growing up, as far as when you say you were scared or feeling being accepted, is it because that you are a part of the LGBT community that she wouldn't accept you for that?
I mean, probably most likely. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, that wasn't necessarily like a thing, but you could tell that it was going to be like you could tell that it was slowly but surely becoming accepting. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just felt like she wouldn't accept me. If anything, I just felt like maybe it just would only be her. Other than that, I used to go to school and that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't different from many people. Like, I remember when I went to school in the 8th grade on the first day, and it was, I didn't even have to, like, shoot a shot. That's how, like, normal it was. You feel me? Like, it was, you could shoot the shot or get the shot at you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a very normal thing. So when I would go home, it was more so me hiding my identity. But when I used to, like, go out and go to school, like, I was just me. And eventually I unraveled and I became open about everything. And, I guess I could have been open from the jump, but at the same time, you just always got to realize, like, from the jump, it's not always as easy to accept.
Was it hard?
What do you mean? As
far as coming out to your family, it seems like it wasn't hard for you as a youth, just to live in your truth. But at home, was it hard for you to?
Not really. I feel like I was pretty close to my little brother. I used to go outside and play with him and all of the homeboys. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't the little girl outside. Like, I was a hooper. I played football. Like, I was on the block. You know what I'm saying? I think my mom knew that I was like a tomboy, but I don't think she really knew, like, I was exactly who I was until I got like way older. Like, even as like even when I started to like dress how I wanted to dress, like, I think she was very accepting of it, but maybe I'm just going through a phase is what I think that she thought. But eventually, you know what I'm saying, I think she let off. But also, I'm the middle child, and my mom is very overprotective. Like, I spent my 21st birthday at the crib with her and her friends. Like, she would not let me go out. Like, she made me have a party with her and her friends type. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So she's just been, like, really overprotective of me my whole life. But I think that she was very accepting when it all came down to it. Of course, I had to get comfortable with, like, talking to her about things and stuff like that. But, yeah, being a part of that community, I think she grew onto it. I even grew onto it because I never was the type of person to go, like, to gay clubs and stuff like that. It wasn't my thing. You know what I'm saying? I was just like the bros.
Yeah, period. I feel you.
Yeah, it's just, I just think the whole thing is dope. I knew when I was younger, like, it would grow into being exactly what it is. And, like, the acceptance and respect that the LGBTQ community gets from the world is, like, astonishing. Like, I think it's super dope.
Do you feel like your music was a great way for you to express yourself?
In a sense, I couldn't.
Not just particularly to that situation, just in general. Was your music something that you felt like was an outlet for you when you would go take them loose leaf papers and write? Would you just?
Yeah, most definitely. Because things that I ain't necessarily want to say out loud, just as a normal sentence, I could put on paper and like spit that shit on an instrumental as a bar and feel very comfortable. I feel like when I express myself through my music, it makes more sense than me just saying it directly to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, music is for people to really hear and understand versus, like, listening to me talk. Like, I bet you'd probably understand me more if you just heard one of my songs. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I definitely feel like music was a huge outbreak for me to express myself and how I felt about certain things and situations and people and stuff like that.
So you said that based on what you said, what song would be the song that you would say that if somebody was like, I want to know Lpeez, this is just somebody who you just be like, if this would be the best song for you to hear from me?
Probably an older one I would say would probably be Hopes and Dreams, but a more recent one I would probably say Truth. I think I just get into those little zones where I just start speaking about a whole bunch of shit that really should have been said, but it's just, I don't know, I just rather like put it down, and like certain shit just comes to me when I'm writing, and when it comes to me, I know that it's right. It's obviously coming to me for a reason. So yeah, man, I would definitely say Truth for sure. That's on all platforms, by the way.
What are studio essentials for you?
What do you mean?
Like what do you need at the studio to get you in your vibe so you can make the best music possible?
So I'm gonna be real with you. Honestly, when I go to the studio, I don't necessarily like for people to come with me.
You like to be solo dolo?
I like to be solo dolo. Not gonna cap. Sometimes I have some of my friends come with me. Sometimes my girl will come with me. But when I'm in the studio, I like for my shit to just be me, the mic, and the engineer. I had went to the studio yesterday because I'm working on that Lpeez. And I told the engineer, one thing as an engineer that you have to always do for me, no matter what, is just give me your feedback. Tell me that you think this sounds better here or this sounds better there. I like that take. Redo it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you just let me do it, the shit could sound like shit, and I really wouldn't know it. Like I need. You know what I'm saying? I need them outs. You know what I mean? So, yeah, for me, I mean,
no liquor, no snacks.
Maybe a couple shots. You know, like a little pint. Get me in my zone. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably take a couple more when I got like a feature in there. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I like to focus because I feel like if I start drinking and shit, I mean, my energy level rises, but sometimes it doesn't. Like, I have to have the perfect amount. And then I need, like, you know what I'm saying, like, let's go ahead and order some Wingstop or something like that, especially if we doing a block, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. But, yeah, I mean, sometimes I like for people to come and, you know, vibe out, but never would I have a full function at the studio while I'm in there recording. I think it's not for me.
Have you been in them type sessions?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It'd be crazy, huh?
Yeah, it'd be crazy. I mean, as an artist, you got to do what you got to do. And sometimes it's good to have that many people there because they give you so much feedback. And when you don't hear a bunch of niggas, well, like a bunch of niggas is there and you don't hear nobody give you feedback, it obviously is not that hard. You feel me? So there's been times when I've been in the studio and a bunch of niggas was there. And then, you know, when the engineer hit that button, you can hear everything on the outside. Yo, that shit go crazy, man. That shit. Like, so that makes me feel good. But at the same time, it's like, the studio was like work, man. That's a job. Like, I got to focus. I'm not here to feng shui nothing. Like, I'm here to get the job done, period. So, I mean, it just depends, you know. Like, sometimes we can go in and we can vibe the fuck out. Like, for Where's Peasy, I'm going to get a block at the end of it, and half of it is going to be for the engineer to literally solidify everything, and then the other half will be for whoever is with me to let's just kick it and let's just chill and let's listen to it before we have, like, the listening party and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it could always be, you know, fun and joy, but we got to get the job done first, man.
Fuck yeah. So, when you record, you know, when you say you want to listen to it, do you record more songs than you need to be able to cut some, or do you record the actual amount and then rock out?
Usually I record exactly what I need, and then that's it. With this being my first album, I'm actually recording more so that I can choose, because I just feel like maybe not every song is going to come out exactly how I want it to, but maybe it will. But I want it to be able to be to the point where, like, if I do decide, okay, I don't want this song, I still have enough. You know what I'm saying? So, as of right now, I'm recording more than I need. But usually, I'm just one punch and I'm out of there. I just record what I need and I'm out. But I think working on an album is a whole different story. So, I just need more shit to be able to choose from rather than just cutting the gun on it.
Do you think it's hard as a woman being a rapper out here? I know it's hard, period, to be a woman rapper. But do you feel like it's especially hard where we from?
Colorado?
Yeah.
To be honest, no. I don't. I feel like a lot of respect that I get from Colorado alone is because I'm a female. And I'm not, you know what I'm saying, but I really think I'm harder than a lot of these niggas, so.
So how you feel about them lists when they drop the top 20 list?
I think that they're trash. I think it's like it's somebody's opinion though, so I can't really call it trash. It's somebody's opinion. But for me to not be on some of them lists is crazy. But at the same time, I can't blame nobody but myself for that shit, because I feel like I'm not applying enough pressure. I feel like I'm not putting enough shit out. I feel like I'm not being consistent. I feel like I'm not getting attention. I'm not getting, like, I'm not wanting attention, but I'm not grasping attention of others so that they do place me on them lists. Whoever is making them lists, you know what I'm saying, obviously don't know who I am, but who can I blame? Them or me?
Right.
So I think sometimes they're trash, and I just feel like that, and I say that because I'm not on it. But in all reality, the people who be on the list, I mean, they be all right. And I mean, they in there putting in work, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, they grabbing ears. So it's not a jealousy thing. Like,
it just motivates you.
It just made me realize when I say, like, they're trash, but really they're not trash because that's just people's opinion. But if you're not on it, bro, that's just you not applying pressure. And I'm one of them that's not applying enough pressure to where whoever is making these lists is putting me on it. You know what I'm saying? But
do you think the city needs shit like that?
What do you mean needs it? I don't think
like you think of places like Texas, you think of places like Atlanta where they have all these like media places, platforms for artists, shit like Streetnerdz Radio, shit like Mile High Minute, shit like that, where these artists can go to and they put lists out like that. Do you think that cities need shit like that to help make their city bubble?
I don't know. I wouldn't say need it. I think we'd be fine without lists, bro. But I mean, in a sense, I guess it can all be used as like motivation for every city, because everywhere there's artists that feel like they should be top 5 somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't make that list, they just gonna go harder. So I mean, it's not necessarily needed, but it's helpful, I guess.
I feel you. So now you got your first album coming out.
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel to drop an album after being in the game so long?
I feel like it kind of makes me a little different. I feel like I've been in the game with a lot of these niggas probably for as long as they've been in the game, if not longer. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas are on like their 3rd, 4th album. You know what I'm saying? I think it makes me different that P's been in the game 10 years. She dropping her first album. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy that I'm just now dropping my first album, but it's also crazy how I've been hanging on this long without an album. You know what I'm saying? Still getting shows, still dropping singles, man. Them motherfuckers is going crazy, you know what I'm saying? Got people really loving my shit, still supporting my shit, you know what I'm saying? It's been a long-ass time. So I think not only, I mean, it's definitely, like, it's due time. Like, it's time for me to drop an album. Like, there's no reason that I shouldn't. I'd be super different if I just keep on dropping singles. And I mean, I guess if that keeps me in the game, but I just think that my name deserves it. I think that my fans deserve it. I think my supporters deserve it. And I think that it will put me on a different level in my city and other places as far as like getting shows and out of town shows, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to get hit up to go out of town and do a show. Like, and I haven't gotten that yet. And that's like one of my number one goals. Like, I want to really like put the gas to the pedal, you know what I'm saying? I want to like put the pedal to the metal with this shit because I know I got what it takes. I know I do. So it's like there's no reason that this shit shouldn't be rolling for me. And if it's not, it's just my fault. Like, I'm not blaming nobody. I think it's 100% my fault.
So the artist that you are today, what would you tell the artist when you first started out? What wisdom would you give yourself?
Apply pressure. Stay consistent, and don't fall too deep in love. To be honest, don't fall too deep in love, because love can make you just go to total different places and have you making decisions that can affect you in the worst way in the long run. And I say that because I've been there and I made those mistakes where I just put others before me, and I just, you know what I'm saying, it was like, oh my God, there's no life without her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, protect your craft, man. Like, stick to what you gotta do. Like, do what you do on a personal level, but for real, like, if you really want this music shit, you gotta love that shit like you love the next motherfucker. Like, that's a relationship. An artist in music is a relationship. Like, that shit is like something that you have to like put your dedication to. You know what I'm saying? Like, really apply pressure to that shit, and don't let nobody tell you that you're not gonna make it. Cause realistically, I mean, shit, a lot of motherfuckers didn't think I would make it to where I was at, and you see me just sitting there with Slim Thug. I thought that shit was legendary as fuck.
So yeah, let's talk about it. How does that feel? before you drop the album, you get to sit down, open up for Slim Thug, probably get some gems from Slim Thug. Mm-hmm. How was that feeling?
I smiled the whole night, man. To be honest, I wasn't really feeling that well that day. It's crazy. I wasn't feeling good at all. I was just going through some physical pain, man, and I was like this close to calling the show off. Like I was like, yo, I don't even think that like mentally in my brain, like I don't want to go. I don't want to perform. Like I was throwing up all types of shit. Like I was just sick as fuck, right? Up until the last minute, I was like, fuck, like artists can have the flu, man. Motherfuckers be on stage rapping sick as shit. You know what I'm saying? If I really want this shit, you gotta go do what you gotta do, man. You got an album coming out, like put like, you know what I'm saying? Go do what you gotta do. So going to the show, man, it was exciting. Like I took one shot and I was like, you know, okay, that's it. I'm done. I don't drink before I perform like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll have 1 or 2 shots. So I get there. Crowd is nice, you know what I'm saying? I see a couple openers, you know what I'm saying? You know, it was like 2 or 3. And then, I don't know, something just came over me, man, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be honest, as long as I've been performing, like, never have I got on stage and just had so much energy, and I was so active, like, dancing and shit, like, I'll be at home and perform in front of the mirror and be cold as shit. But it's like I get shy on stage. Man, I was so comfortable, it's crazy. Like, I got on stage, killed that shit, hopped off the stage, I'm in the crowd reacting with them. And then after I got off the stage, it was just like love, back and forth. Yo, I really like your music. Yo, you killed that shit. Yo, you better than all these niggas who just perform, you know? Like, it's like the best feeling in the world to get off stage, and people who didn't know your name know that shit like clockwork now. What's your Instagram? Let me follow you, you know what I'm saying? So it was super dope. Like, let me take a picture, you know what I'm saying? Let me, you know what I'm saying? I just want to have this shit for the future. So when they say that you wasn't going to make it, you know, like love like that. And then after that, you know what I'm saying, watching Slim Thug perform and all that shit, like, super dope. And then being able to go downstairs to the green room and, like, sit down with him and DJ Watch, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was dope. Like, I just sat down, and out of nowhere, somebody over to the left was like, yo, you the female who opened up. Slim, she's cold. She's cold. And then me and him exchanged words. He got my Instagram and shit, and he was just like, basically, you know, just keep doing your thing, you know what I'm saying? And for me to hit him up, but you can't expect just because he said, you know, it was going to be all that. But as an artist, that shit feels amazing. It just
feels good.
That shit felt great, man. So I got a picture with him. I thought it was super dope that I got to open up for somebody who I grew up listening to, you know what I'm saying? And, like, sit next to him and take a picture of him. Dude, humble as hell, like, super humble. Like, it was just a great event, a super dope night. And, man, it made me feel good. It just made me, like, want to go even harder with this album. Like, it was just, like, pedal to the metal, my nigga. Like, let's go to the studio. Like, let's keep going crazy because you got to get eyes on you, man. You want people to be like, yo, I remember her. You know what I'm saying? See, look, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, it felt good. I was talking to my brother the other day. I just was like, man, I can't wait to drop the album because I want to get hit for so many shows because I just feel so comfortable in my skin at this point. So I'm, like, itching to get on stage.
So what's the future hold for you? Do you got a date for the album yet?
I do. I'm not saying it, though.
Okay.
I'm not saying it. Only because I just want to solidify it. I want to make sure everything is intact. But what I will say is I am going to hold a private event for a listening party. It will be invite only, but I'm really excited about that.
That's what's up.
I think that's gonna be really dope. That's my first time ever doing something like that. So, yeah, I'm excited. It's. I will say this is very soon. It ain't. Okay. It's definitely before the end of the year.
Okay. So before the end of the year, we gonna get some peace. Okay.
100%.
Okay.
I don't even want to say before the end of the year because that seems like what Christmas is 60 days away.
Yeah, you got about 2 months. It's
before Christmas.
Okay.
By a good shot. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right.
So I'm certain on the date. I just want to be like super certain. So
that's what's up.
Yeah, it's coming.
So I appreciate you for coming. Like I said, I want to give you your flowers now. A lot of people don't get their flowers while they're here. You've been in the game for a long time. You've been true to yourself. You defeat a lot of odds. You get what I'm saying? You beat a lot. You out-rap a lot of these niggas. Period. You get what I'm saying? So I just want to give you your flowers, and I want to say I appreciate you for coming up here. Where can they find you? Instagram handles, all that.
Instagram, Lpeez, goddammit. Twitter, Lpeez, goddammit. Facebook, Lpeez got it. Everything is Lpeez, goddammit. Literally, follow me. You know what I'm saying? Follow my journey. Follow my music. We got Where's Peasy coming sooner than you think. And let's keep going crazy. I'm going to update y'all on the next show. I don't think it's going to be until after the album drop. But I'm hoping I get something big, man. I appreciate you for having me, bro.
Yeah.
Lpeez, goddammit.
Hey, and after you drop that, you got to come back up here so we can talk about that feeling.
Yeah, you already know, man. You already know I'm going to have to bring you a hard copy.
I need that.
Yes, sir,
you need that.
I'm trying to print out some hard copies and sign them, to be real with you,
I need that one. I need that in a t-shirt because I know you good with the merch. So when you drop that merch, I need that.
Already.
Well, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Street Nerds Radio, the #1 station in the street.